Have you ever sat alone in the quiet of your room and wondered, whose voice is that inside your head? That constant chatter, the one that never stops, the one that judges, worries, remembers every failure and fears every future. The one that says, this is who you are. What if I told you? It isn't. What if everything you've believed about yourself, your story, your pain, your ambitions, your regrets, is nothing more than clouds drifting across an endless sky? And what if you are the sky? Tonight, we begin a slow unraveling, not of the mind, but of the illusion that you are the mind. This is not another self-help talk. This is a return, a homecoming to the part of you that has never been broken, never been lost, and was never born. You are not your thoughts, you are the awareness watching them. Let's begin where most of us live, in the storm. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. Feel the weight you carry right now, that tightness in your chest, the background anxiety that hums beneath everything, the endless to-do lists, the voices that replay conversations from years ago, the fear that you're not enough, the anger you thought you had forgiven. This is the human condition. We wake up and immediately step into the current of thought. We identify with it so completely that we don't even notice it's happening. We say, I am anxious. I am angry. I am depressed. I am successful. I am a failure. But who is the I that is watching these states arise? The mind is like a wild ocean during a storm. Waves crash, emotions surge, thoughts whip across the surface like violent wind. One moment you're calm, the next you're drowning in shame or desire or fear. And because we believe we are the waves, we suffer. We try to control the ocean. We push away bad waves and cling desperately to good ones. And yet the ocean keeps moving. You cannot stop the waves by fighting them, but you can discover that something deeper remains untouched. Think about this. Have you ever noticed that even in your darkest moments, there is still a part of you that knows you're in darkness? Even when you are lost in rage, there is a silent witness watching the rage happen. Even in the deepest grief, something inside you remains aware that grief is moving through you. That witness has no opinion, it has no agenda. It does not judge the anger or try to fix the sadness. It simply sees. That is who you are, not the thought, not the emotion, not the story. You are the field of awareness in which all thoughts and emotions appear and disappear. Let's go deeper. Imagine your mind as weather. Right now, perhaps a thunderstorm of worry is raging. Yesterday, it may have been bright optimism. Tomorrow, it might be heavy fog of confusion. But the sky itself and the open, boundless space does not become stormy. It does not get wet. It does not fear lightning. It simply allows the weather to pass. You have spent your entire life believing you were the weather. When the mind says, I am not good enough, you feel the sting as if it were truth. When it says, they don't love me, you contract. When it says, I need to achieve more to be worthy, you run faster and faster on a treadmill that never ends. But what happens when you stop identifying with the weather? You begin to rest as the sky, and from that place, everything changes. Not because the thoughts stop, they won't, but because you no longer believe they define you. Take a slow breath with me right now. Inhale, and as you breathe in, feel the air entering your body. Exhale, and notice the simple sensation of breathing. Now ask yourself gently, without forcing an answer, who is aware of this breath? Don't think about it. Just notice the awareness itself, that quiet, formless presence behind the eyes, the one that is simply here. It was here when you were 5 years old. It was here in your greatest joy and your deepest despair. It has never left you. This awareness has no age. It has no gender. It has no trauma. It has no religion. It has no name. It is pure, untouched, eternal knowing, and it is closer to you than your own breath. The ego hates this realization, because the ego is the identification with thought. The ego is the voice that says, but if I'm not my thoughts, then who am I? What will happen to my goals, my personality, my story? The ego fears annihilation, but what actually happens is liberation. You don't lose yourself, you lose the false self, the constructed identity made of memories, wounds, achievements, and fears. And what remains is something far more alive, far more real. You begin to see that most of your suffering comes from the mind's attempt to control life, to make the weather behave, to protect an image of who you think you are. But the awareness needs no protection. It has no image to defend. It simply is, like the sky, like the ocean's depths beneath the waves, like the silent space between stirs. Let's speak about the emotional baggage we carry. Every resentment, every childhood wound, every time someone abandoned you, betrayed you, or failed to see you. The mind stores these as identity. I am the abandoned one. I am the unworthy one. I am broken. And so we walk through life dragging heavy chains made of thoughts about the past. But here is the liberating truth. Those events happened to the body-mind, but they did not touch the awareness that you are. The awareness was present during the pain, but it remained stainless. It watched the tears fall, it watched the heart break, and it remained whole. When you rest as this awareness, the old emotional wounds begin to lose their grip. Not because you analyze them endlessly, that is the mind's game, but because you stop feeding them with identification. You allow the waves of emotion to rise, to be felt fully, and to pass through the open space that you are. This is true healing, not fixing the self, but realizing there was never a broken self to begin with, only a mistaken identity. There is a profound peace available to you right now, not in the future when you finally figure everything out, not after you achieve more, not when the perfect relationship or amount of money arrives. The peace is here, in the silent witnessing of this moment. Even if your mind is loud right now, even if anxiety is present, even if sadness lingers, can you allow it all to be here? Can you be the space that holds it without needing it to change? This is the great surrender. Not giving up on life, but giving up the war against what is. And in that surrender, something miraculous happens. Life begins to move through you with greater ease, creativity, and love. Because you are no longer resisting yourself. You are no longer at war with the weather. You become the sky that welcomes all seasons. As this realization deepens, you may notice something strange and beautiful. You start laughing at thoughts more often, not mocking them, but seeing their transparent, dreamlike nature. You see a fearful thought arise, and instead of believing it, you smile softly and say inside, "There you are again, old friend, passing through." You become less reactive, more present. The need to defend your ego dissolves. You listen more deeply to others because you're not so busy defending a mental image of yourself. Love flows more naturally, because when you are not trapped in the small self, you recognize the same awareness shining in every eye you meet. You begin to live from stillness even while moving, from silence even while speaking, from peace even while challenges arise. This is not becoming a detached monk. This is becoming fully alive, unburdened by the weight of illusory identity. Let us end this journey together with a simple practice. Wherever you are right now, feel your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the chair or bed supporting you. Now gently notice the thoughts floating by. Don't push them away, just watch. Notice the emotions in the background. Let them be, and then sink beneath them. What is here when thoughts are not being believed? What is here when emotions are not being identified with? Rest there, even for a few seconds. This is your true home. This is who you have always been. You are the awareness. Timeless, boundless, already whole. The thoughts will continue. The weather will keep changing. But you, the real you, will remain untouched, deeply at peace and quietly smiling at the beautiful play of existence. You are not your thoughts. You are the sky. You are the watcher. You are the silent presence that has always been and always will be. Welcome home. Let this truth echo within you. I am not the storm. I am the sky. Repeat it softly when the mind becomes loud. I am not the wave. I am the ocean. I am not the story. I am the awareness in which the story appears. Carry this remembrance into your days and nights. Let it soften your edges. Let it open your heart. Let it set you free. Thank you for walking this path with me. The journey is not outside. It never was. It is the gentle return to what you already are.